Hey everybody, Jim here, and today I was in Omiya, as some of you know, where there's a big squirrel statue apparently. I was in Omiya checking out a hard off. You may have seen that video already, but this is over closer to the station, Omiya Station, where I took a look at Google Maps and there was a big super book off near the station, so I thought I would drop in there before leaving town. So that's what we're doing. We're going to this big super book off, or book off super bazaar, located next to Omiya Station as we pass this Taito game station, which I did pop into, and it was mostly like crane games and stuff. Not too much of interest, but yeah. We were here for some book off action. That's the beauty of Google Maps. You find all this, all these different places on it, and when there's plenty of pictures, that's nice. So I knew there were going to be a bunch of games in this one. So it's in this here building, Rakuen, I think it's called, up on the 7th floor, as you can see, and it takes up the entire 7th floor of this building. So here we are. So it's a like super book off plus. So it's not just like a book off, it's also, as you can see here, like a clothing like thrift shop and stuff like that. But they had just an immense amount of CDs, DVDs, manga, and games, as we're about to see. So you're having a look around in this big old book off, and first aisle I came up on, we had some Nintendo stuff in it, plenty of Switch stuff, which, you know, Dragon Ball Heroes and other various cool things on this shelf. If you're watching my channel recently, you know that I'm kind of going a little bit, what do they call it? I don't know. I don't think they call it anything, but I'm playing a shit ton of Switch games, we'll put it that way. Ultra Street Fighter 2, which I still have not picked up yet. Oddly enough, you'd think I would. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan, but as of yet, no. Persona 5 Scramble, great game on the Switch and PS4. Actually, a review for it on the channel right now that you can go and check out. But other various cool things here: Diablo, some Zelda action, very cool. The Seiken Densetsu collection. And also what's nice, you see these little blue things on the front with a number on it. That's when you take these up to the register, the actual physical game, it's not in the case. So they will go and find the game on the shelf back there and put it in the case for you. So it's back there in some like plastic sleeve, all nice and protected, and it's a massive wall of games too. I always feel bad when I buy a bunch of stuff and I send them digging through all those things. Hey, look, Famicom games, yay! They had a few Famicom games here, which was cool. Yoshi Cookie and a few other things. There's Magical Taruru Tokun and some Ikari Warriors game, I think, with Red Brown on the cover going whoa! So that's pretty cool. Excite Bike, some other things here, and this was like I had just come from that hard off, and so these Famicom carts are actually priced higher than they were at the hard off I was just at. Which that says something to you. With this, you know, place being located closer to the station, a lot more foot traffic, the prices are a bit higher. But the place I was at that I had to walk to for 20 minutes, Sexy Proteus, which I did pick up here. Very cool. We got some Dreamcast and everything. Yeah, the place I had to walk 20 minutes to get to, that was sort of out in the middle of just a burb somewhere, their prices were better. Because I guess, you know, they don't have the most foot traffic in there. But we got some Famicom stuff here, boxed and loose. Pac-Man, something or other. Just straight up Pac-Man. Combat. Old school classic game. So we got a handful of things here, including Mother for the Famicom. Pretty cool. So good. Danzig wrote a song about it. Gradius 2 on the PC Engine CD. I picked that up as well. So that's very cool. So yeah, picked up a couple of cool things here. This game is kind of like a feudal Japan version of River City Ransom, so it's pretty cool. And then down here, even some Super Famicom stuff boxed. Got some Super Bomberman, some F-Zero, Mario Kart, Doraemon, Mario RPG, and hey, Rockman games. Always love that. Rockman 7 and X2 and X3. These are all priced at roughly $40. You know, just over 4,000 yen. Rockman and Forte, aka Mega Man and Bass. That's closer to 60, I think. So very cool. And this big, like, you know, 360 thing here, a circular thing. All these PS1 games like Warcraft 2. That's pretty cool. I remember playing Warcraft 2 on PC back in the day at my friend's house. One of the only PC games I really liked at the time. Guilty Gear for 460 some odd yen. So that's like, I don't know, a little over $4. Ark's first fighting game. I think their first fighting game. And an absolute classic. I remember getting it brand new for $10 from a Walmart when I was like 12 or 13. And just falling in love with it. The Chrono Trigger, the PlayStation version of Chrono Trigger, very convenient to have. Beautiful packaging as well. So that's all good. Clock Tower 2, aka Clock Tower in the US, and Clock Tower Ghost Head, aka Clock Tower 3. Those are both great and cool borders. I just love the PS1 library of games. The PS1 version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is very cool. Yeah, PS1, always a toss-up for my favorite console of all time between the PS1 and SNES. Dragon Ball Final Bout. Not a good game at all, really. And the first import game I ever actually physically owned, believe it or not. I think I was 13 at the time, 13 or 14. Imported it from some catalog my friend had. X-Men vs. Street Fighter and other various things. These cool re-releases of the Rockman games on the PS1 that I think were all eventually put out as like a Rockman collection. But they had all the Rockman stuff right here together. There's Rockman 8 and X3 and X4. All the stuff. I love all the 32-bit Rockman games, really. Even X5 and X6, not the most popular of the Rockman or Mega Man games. I still like them a lot, though. And I am a big fan of Rockman 8. I think that's a great game. Kind of underrated, actually. Gets sort of a bad rap for being, I don't know, too easy and having weird voices. As we look at all this other stuff here, a lot of it for, like, I think little box sets for Vita and PSP and PS3. The Comic Party on the Dreamcast is a game I covered a long time ago. It's the only, like, dating sim game to this day that I've ever covered or reviewed, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that genre, but that game kind of was alright for me because there was at least, like, mini games like drawing comics and stuff. And we had an Xbox section here, which is pretty cool. You don't come across these all that much in well, any Japanese game stores, really. You know, Xbox stuff doesn't really sell all that well here. But in this little section, they did have some pretty cool stuff. It's broken up by genre, so there's an action section, a role-playing section. We got some KOF 13, which is a really fantastic game. And Crossboard, which is like a... What is that thing called on the 360? It's like the Move or the something or other. Tenchu Z, great game. Create your own ninja. The online multiplayer for that game was so fun back in the day. And a Biohazard 5 box set for like 400 yen. Blaze Blue for 400 yen. So these Xbox games, they're like pretty damn cheap. So that's nice. Because again, yeah, Xbox stuff doesn't exactly fly off the shelves in Japan. So very cool. And we got, what do we got here? Vita. So we're coming up on stuff that I'm not really familiar at all with. Every time I look at a Vita section, I just see like tons and tons of like anime stuff on covers. But there's Biohazard Revelations 2, which actually piqued my interest because I played through the first Revelations on the Xbox 360, as a matter of fact. and really enjoyed it. So I'd like to play Revelations 2 at some point. We even got some Wii stuff here. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, which is a fun game. I wish would be released on something else. And Fatal Frame. I think that's the only Fatal Frame game thus far I haven't played, is the one that was on the Wii U. It's because I've never even played a Wii U. But we got some cool stuff here. Some PS2 stuff. Always going to find lots of PS2. Bumpy Trot. Kind of an expensive game. I believe in the US that was called Bot Chronicles. That was a game. Samurai Champloo. Pretty cool. Bot Chronicles, though. A game I picked up, I think from like a Funko Land, like a long ass time ago. It was either a Funko Land or it had gotten converted into a GameStop, and I picked up Steambot for like Arcane Heart. Cool. We have a whole fighting game section here, by the way. So all of this is going to be fighting games. But yeah, Steambot. I picked it up for like $10 and actually really enjoyed it. Yeah, this is another thing going back to. They got all these SNK collections and other various fighting games. I like that Book Offs, they usually will do this. They'll break up the games into genres, which is like always perfect for me, especially when I'm picking up games for other people and I want to find like shoot 'em ups and fighting games and everything. It's really convenient to be able to just go to a section marked as fighting games, action games, etc. So we got all these Dragon Ball games, SNK games, Raxaphon, One Piece, fighting for One Piece, which I have not played. I don't think I've played like 3 or 4 One Piece games on the PS2, and they're all kind of mediocre. And then PS3 as well, which I only briefly owned a PS3, and I only had like a handful of games for it. But cool looking library. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, All-Star Battle, Arcana Heart 3, which I do like. I think Arcana Heart 3, the console port, was handled by Arc System Works. And then there's, you know, your Persona 4 and your Blaze Blues and stuff, and Galgun. So yeah, PS3, another console where if you want to pick up Japanese games for the PS3, really, really easy to find. Lots of them at any Book Off is going to have a whole lot. Any Hard Off as well. We got PS4 stuff. But if you want a Famicom Mini, there's no shortage of them. That's for sure. So yeah, take your pick. Operators are standing by for all you Famicom Mini people who desperately need one. You know, PS4 section. Again, something I don't know the first freaking thing about, because I've never even... no, I've played a PS4. At my friend's house only. I've never owned one. And that's another one where, like, I look at, like, a wall of PS4 games, and it just looks like just anime box art and stuff like that, so... but I will be picking up a PS5 when it is released. Here you can see, just a quick glance, because this video is running long, all the manga you could ever want to read in this place, all the CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, it just goes on forever. Giant super book off for all of your thrifting needs. That's going to do it, though. Had a little fun looking around a book off, picked up some games, and enjoyed my time in Omiya. So yeah, definitely if you are in Saitama for whatever reason, or near Omiya, stop by, check it out. Pretty cool area. Got some hard off, book off, arcades, good stuff, and a giant squirrel statue. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.